Namaste. Welcome to our Session 3 on self-discovery and self-awakening through Bhagavad Gita, the beautiful journey through meditation and teachings of Bhagavad Gita. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam, Path to Blissful Living, how to be happy, and I guide people how to transform ourselves, how to guide, and how can we awaken ourselves through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So welcome to Path to Anandam, session series on self-discovery and self-awakening. This is the month of Gita Jayanti. Gita Jayanti is on October 28, and many people are celebrating it all over the world. And we are celebrating with all of you by bringing these 18 sessions, because Arjuna was in a very difficult situation. He felt lost, confused. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, it is named as Vishad. Vishad is when our body is full with toxins, confusion. And Lord Krishna, through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, took him step by step, guided him, uplifted him, awakened him. And also Arjuna found out who was he actually, who was this Arjuna in this body, though he was the warrior. So thank you very much for joining. Please share, invite, and forward this information to your loved ones, to your friends, so we can all learn how we can live more happily and peacefully, more abundant, more prosperous in this world. So we can all work together on learning, awakening ourselves. So I'm going to also bring some PowerPoint presentation. As I said, I'm giving it to and doing it through some with YouTube presentation as well. So hopefully it can come. And yeah, it is. We are here. So again, welcome to Session 3, Power of Sacred Communication and Samvad. You know, why we have chosen this subject? Because as during these sessions, we are going to be pretending we are Arjuna, and we are, through karma and dharma, through Vishad and Prasad, through blissful living, we will be awakening ourselves and uplifting ourselves. And goal of this 18-day session is basically to awake ourselves. We all are the Arjuna of today, and how we can awaken ourselves. As I mentioned you before, please continue to write. And here is my book where I have been writing that what are my barriers to experience the true prasad in my life, which is Sat Chit Ananda. So how can I do that? So one of the question came to me, and thank you very much for sending the question, that my biggest barrier is that when I start communicating with other people, many times I get into arguments. First of all, dear friend, you are not the only one. We all have experiences that And I am sure many of you can relate to it. The viewers and other people can relate to it. Actually, study shows that many people, almost more than half the population in the world, do not know how to communicate effectively. And that's why the problem of the relationships, problem of the breaking the families, disharmony with parents, with siblings, with friends, with not knowing how to communicate. So I thought that was a very interesting subject to discuss today. So based on Bhagavad Gita, on the teachings are on the book, on the Bhagavad Gita here, and it's my question and God's answers. So every chapter of Bhagavad Gita ends with this beautiful shloka which says Om Tat Sat Iti Shri Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidya Nam Yog Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So it is a Arjuna and Krishna Samvad. And when Arjuna actually first start asking the question to Lord Krishna, thank you very much for sending lot of love and lot of likes. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for joining. Here, Swami Hariharji Maharaj, he said, what is Gita and why Bhagavad Gita? And I love the way he explained. And he says, Gita is a spiritual and practical instruction manual that guides us step by step, answers every question of our daily life to enhance the quality of our life and transform us to healthy, happy, blissful and peaceful state of mind. And communication, it teaches us how to communicate. So today's session is the power of sacred communication, means discussion, not argument, samvad, not vivad, which means soul to soul, heart to heart conversation, not mind to mind. Because when we speak from mind, our ego comes and it says, I am better than you. My ways are better than you. My religion is better than you. My region is better than you. My way of doing things are better than you. So we basically, this mind-to-mind conversation causes a lot of problems. So how we get into this problem of miscommunication? Ego, mind-to-mind talk, and we get into arguments. Other thing is poor listening. Preconceived notions. We already start having notions for other people. Doubts, mistrust, no faith. So we are going to talk about 5 steps to Anandam communication or heart-to-heart communication, or simply we call it, in Bhagavad Gita it is called Samvad. Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So we are going to learn how to have a Samvad, not Vivad. Vivad means argument. It's a Sanskrit word, Vivad and Samvad. So Samvad, which comes from your soul. See, both start with S. So it starts from your soul. Soul to soul communication. So how can we have a soul to soul communication? How can we have a heart to heart communication? So we actually spoke about briefly in the session 2 that how Arjuna Paschami tam dharma samurcheta jachasaisyani chintinam bruhi tanme shishyaste aham shadi mam tam prapanyam. Means My heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty. I am requesting you to tell me what is definitely good for me. I am your disciple, surrendered to you. Please instruct me. This is the best powerful prayer to ask for advice. But the point in this verse are, Lord Krishna was chosen by Arjuna. So, lesson here is that we should also choose the best advisor. Whenever we have a difficulty and we want to communicate with someone, we should choose the best advisor. Because how to ask for advice? So, who can we find the advisor? The best experienced advisor, who is a non-biased, who is very objective. And when we ask for advice, we should be humble. Like Arjuna said, Shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam parpanya. Means we should be humble, we should have a full faith in our advisor, and then we should ask for advice, listen to their advice and follow and thank them. So step number 1, how to give advice. Give advice only if asked. That's what Lord Krishna advises in Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes we have a tendency, if somebody is speaking, we interrupt and we just start giving the advices. Lord Krishna says, no. Give the advice only if somebody asks you. Follow up. And also do not force your advice on anyone. Let go. He says in Bhagavad Gita, I have given you all the wisdom now. Arjuna, now the choice is yours. Yachasai kuru. Do as you wish. So we should give the advice and let go. And we should also, when we are in the conversation, heart-to-heart conversation means we should speak good. It should be non-offensive, means it should be non-provoking to other people, not blaming other people. Lord, there is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, 14. Anudvekaram vakyam satyam parhitam cha. It must be satya, it must be true. But swadhyaya abhyasam, it should be for self-inquiry, not just guiding other people all the time and keep throwing our advices on them. We should inspect ourselves. We should do the inquiry ourselves. And then we should speak. In fact, there is a beautiful reason that why I have wrote this book in question and answers, and the whole conversation, whole dialogue is question and answers between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. So here is Swami Prabhupada says, unless we are awakened and question the suffering in our life, we cannot become a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened to one's mind. Therefore, those who question why they are suffering or where they come from or where they shall go after death are proper students for the understanding of Bhagavad Gita. So asking the question is very, very important. And again, thank you very much for asking this question today, that how can we have a heart-to-heart conversation? Or how can we have a conversation where we do not run into arguments? Start the conversation happily and end up with a happy solution. So how to be a good listener? See, nowadays, there is so much emphasis on giving the speeches, giving the talks, and when we go to even for our business meetings, we had to prepare, or we prepare for our speeches. Like I came from corporate world, and whenever I had a presentation to give, or I had my board meeting, because I was the CEO of the biotechnology company and also the chairperson, and also I have worked in cancer arena, and whenever I had to give a presentation to my shareholders and also to the board members, I had put so much efforts on giving the presentation to giving the right message. But since I was studying the Bhagavad Gita, I was also aware of the listening techniques. But study shows that people focus so much preparing the conversation, speeches, but they do not prepare how to listen. And that's where a lot of problems come. So how to listen? Very big lesson in Bhagavad Gita. It says, be focused, be calm, honest, and listen. Let other person finish his talk. Let yourself finish listening before you open your mouth. We have 2 ears, one mouth. So we should first listen with 2 ears and 1 mouth. No blaming, no judging, no threatening. Try to understand from other person's point of view. And if arguments takes place, take time off. It's a time to be silent. So it's a beautifully said, beautiful quote here is, communication. The human connection is the key to personal and career success. So in this world, and actually research shows the people who have a better communication skills, listening skills, speaking skills, the chances of their success in their marriage and their relationships are more than 80%. So the art of communication is the key to success to our life. And in Bhagavad Gita also it says, Lord Krishna says, that focusing your mind on me means on yourself, how you are speaking, how your heart is connected, how your soul is connected. You will overcome all difficulties and obstacles with my grace. But if you do not listen to your inner being, then due to your false ego, you will not be listening. And then what happens? You will utterly destroyed your relationship, destroyed your self-esteem, and destroy the success in your life. So basically you are on the path of failure. So again, re-emphasis, we must speak well, and we should also learn to listen. And the benefit, we will solve the problems amicably. We have a more respect for each other. We have a more anandam, harmony in our relationship. So happy, healthy, and more peace. That's what we will have in our life. So please ask the question to yourself. What are my barriers to my relationship, my communication? Do I communicate well? Do I listen well? So we should always ask the questions. Pay attention. Do I hear, or do I have a heart-to-heart conversation, or do I have this conversation to put somebody down? We should be really focused on having the harmony. We might win the argument, but we lose the relationship. We lose the battle of life. And we are here not to play the winning game. We are here to build the good relationships, through communications, through listening, and also ask the question, do I listen before I speak? Do I understand before I speak? So today's mantra is, I speak from my heart, my soul. And one more thing before I go into meditation is, please send me your questions, because your questions help other people's, because I answer those questions and prepare my sessions based on that also, because whatever prevent us to get connected within ourselves, go deeper within ourselves, what are those barriers? If we do not overcome those barriers, we cannot awaken ourselves and experience the ultimate happiness, peace, anandam. So please send me your questions on info@pathtoanandam.org or satya@pathtoanandam.org, or you can put the comments on Facebook or YouTube, because these sessions are posted on both. So thank you very much for joining, and I would like to start the meditation now. So today's mantra is, I speak from my heart, so we can start on our meditation. So please sit down comfortably wherever you are and close your eyes gently, as long as you are not driving and operating any machinery or doing something which needs your full attention. So sit comfortably. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe in all the way down to your stomach. Hold it. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And now breathe normally. And with every breath, smile. Smile in, smile out. You can say smile loudly or silently. So inhale, smile, exhale, smile. Smile in, smile out. And continue to breathe normally. And now with every breath, say relax. And make sure smile along with relax. So relax in, relax out. Relax in. Feel the relaxation in your body. Relax out. Relax in. Relax out. And continue to focus on your breath. Breath is the one carrier which will take you to your inner being, block all the external thoughts, worldly thoughts, and allow you to focus inside of your body, mind, and connect you to your soul, supreme being, and also to supreme power. Just focus on your breath. Continue to focus on your breath. Starting from your nostril, just travel in with your breath. And feel that this relaxed, smiling breath is filling every part of your lungs and going from lungs to heart and enriching the entire body from your chest region going down to lower part of the stomach, thighs, legs, feet, toes, the upper part of the body, the chest region, the shoulder part, the arms, the hands, the fingers, the back, the neck region, jaws, cheeks, ears, eyes, forehead, the entire head region is enriched with relaxation, the relaxing power, and every part of the body, every DNA in the body, the genes, the empty spaces, the electrons, protons, everything is, the body is relaxed. And it is melting down all the stress in the body, all the toxins in the body, and just repeat with me that I speak truthfully, I speak honestly, I connect from my heart to another person's heart. I speak pleasantly, lovingly, with compassionate. I'm having discussion to solve the problem. I allow another person to speak. I wait for my turn before I speak. I try to understand another person's point of view. I do not interrupt. I smile. I pay attention to other person's body language and their expressions. So when I speak, and if the expression on their face is not very pleasant, I fine-tune my speech and my listening skills. I build heart-to-heart relationship with another person. And imagine I'm having a wonderful conversation like Arjuna was having it with Lord Krishna. When Arjuna spoke, Lord Krishna was listening. And when Lord Krishna spoke, Arjuna was listening. And we are here, Arjuna. So just be like Arjuna and listen to every other human being when you have a conversation, and have a goal to have a harmonious heart-to-heart conversation. Just like Krishna and Arjuna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace for my body, peace for my mind, and peace for the universe. Now rub your hands and put it on your head, your face, just massage your face and body. And now make the cups with your hands and put it in your eyes and open it very gently. Namaste. So the lesson here is that we should also speak like Arjuna and Lord Krishna. See, when Arjuna was complaining and also had many questions when he was confused, he was speaking from his lower self, his very depressed state. And he was not himself. So he had bombarded Lord Krishna with a lot of questions. And then he asked Lord Krishna, Keshav, I'm speaking to you. How come you are not responding? You are just smiling. And you know what Lord Krishna said? Why don't you finish talking first? Then I will respond. But first you should empty yourself. Speak up whatever you have in your mind. So the biggest lesson here is allow another person to speak. Listen. communication and the listening, the art of communication is the key to successful life, not just in our spiritual life, but also in the materialistic world. So, practice. Listen before you speak and have heart-to-heart conversation, not mind-to-mind conversation. And also in Bhagavad Gita there is a beautiful verse which says, ask if other person understood. And he says, "Oh Arjuna, have you listened to this with a focused mind? Has your delusion caused by ignorance, your confusion, been completely destroyed or not?" So we should always ask that question to ourselves and to another person to understand. So listen, communicate. And this is what we teach in Path to Anandam. How to be angry free, how to be confusion free with the simple techniques of Bhagavad Gita. So again, thank you very much for joining. And there is a beautiful prayer which I like to share with you. And it says, Asato mam satgamya, tamso mam jyotirgamya, mrityur mam amritam gamya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Which means, God, please lead me from unreality to reality, from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, and from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So this prayer is also here in this book, in the very beginning of the book. And this book is available on Amazon. So you can download it from Path to Anandam. And also there are other books are available. So thank you very much for joining. And if you need any other help, please join me back. And please share this information with your loved ones, your friends. So thank you very much for joining. And I will see you in my next session. And we will be speaking about in our next session another barrier. How to overcome of another barrier. So send us your questions. And also our goal here is to remove ourselves or uplift ourselves, raise our conscious level from Vishad to Prasad. Self-discovery, who we are. Where did we come from? How will we go from here back to our home? What is the purpose of our life? So, in next session, I will see you, and thank you very much for joining. Have a blissful and nice day and nice evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you.